wondered what logs to quarter saw and why you quarter saw it, what quarter sawing's for, and how to do it, stay tuned. We're gonna try and figure that out today. Welcome back, Davidson's All Natural Gym. We're gonna quarter saw this oak log. And I'm gonna show you my method of quarter sawing an oak log. I've been trying to do this with many different oak logs and tried many ways to do this video, and they've all been sabotaged for one reason or another. Either I didn't hit the record button, or the log was, I just tried another one yesterday, and the log was really too big to do a good quarter sawing video on it. It was too big, and I was having to take a big hump down here, and I was having to take off all these by the time I got it. Anyway, it was all messed up. We're gonna try it with this one. This one's not a perfect log either. What I want to show is I want to show a nice, perfect white oak log, so you can get the big rays in it. And I want to show, I want a log that's 24 inches on this end, 24 inches on that end, so that I can get it through the LT35. That's as wide as I can cut, is 24 inches. And I want to be able to get it through there and leave the live edge on this, on some of this. It all boils down to the same thing, that you're trying to get the quarter sawn lumber. You're trying to get the rays to pop out in the oak. So this is a red oak log. So we're not going to get the rays, the tiger stripes in it, as you would in a white oak log. We've got 2 limbs on it, so it's not going to be beautiful quarter sawn lumber. But I have an order for red oak quarter sawn lumber. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to try to get this, I'm going to get this video out. It's not even going to try. I'm going to get this video out on quarter sawing the log. And so this log is, at the big end, is only 22. I'd like to have it a little bit bigger than that, but that'll work if that end was 22, which it's not. We're doing, we're sawing it at 7/8 because they want 3/4 inch boards, and they have to be 6 inches wide when I'm done. So I need 6.5, 7 would be nice, so that when they dry, I can go square up the sides and get them 6-inch boards in 6 months or a year when they dry. Horrible time to do a quarter sawing video, but here we go. I'm going to show you this method. I'm going to go get a piece of chalk and show you this method. This is just on the end of this board. I'm going to kind of draw out what I would do, and unfortunately what I'm going to have to do, because I need 6-inch boards. So you're not going to get the full scheme, but hopefully you're going to understand the full scheme of this. People are like, so how do you quarter saw? You traditional, you reverse roll, you do it the Woodmizer way, like the old jar head. Do you do it? There's a ton of ways to do this quarter sawing, and I always call this one, I always say I quarter saw for money, and I'll explain why. But the first thing is that I can sell a live edge oak, quarter sawn oak, 2-inch thick. I can sell that for money, good money. And the other part of quarter sawing that nobody likes is it's time consuming. So it takes up a ton of time flipping these logs back and forth, flipping this, quartering it and flipping it and flipping it, and you know, every time you cut, or every 2 cuts, it's a time consuming process. Where this cuts out half of that time, a quarter of that time at least. Since it's quarter sawing, we'll say it cuts out a quarter of that time, right? And I'll explain it here, hopefully with a piece of chalk. I guess I shouldn't say chalk, because it's really a lumber marker. All right, so there's your core. There's your core, there's your heart, there's your pith. Right there, and you can't even see the red. Perfect. Right there's your pith. So I'm going to center that at the 1-inch mark. And I'm going to go an inch above that, inch above the pith, and an inch below the pith. And I'm going to saw a live edge board right out of the middle of that. This is probably not even 2 inches over here, but anyway. Then, with quarter sawing for money, that's not going to be a money slab, because I'm going to lose all of this in here. I'm going to have to cut out the heart. All that's trash right there. No matter what, even if you're trying to pour that with resin, that heart's trash. It's no good. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to go 2 inches above that, and I'm going to make this is where I'm going to make my first cut right here. is 2 inches above that. So that's 3 inches above the heart. I'm gonna make my first cut. And that will be my money slab. And then 3 inches below, I'm gonna measure down 2 inches. We're just gonna call it right there. And that's gonna be my second money slab. So this one and this one will be 2-inch quarter sawn live edge white oak slabs, if this was white oak and it wasn't rotten. Now unfortunately, and then above that is where I would take my 6-inch quarter sawn boards. And unfortunately, my 6-inch comes to there. So I might make it out of this side. But normally I would just take, above that, I would take whatever I get, and I'll saw my boards this way. So I'll turn this 90 and saw my 6-inch boards from here. But today I have to have, normally I have to have this money board and this money board. But today I have to have these boards at 6 inches. So I may not get this slab or one or the other of those slabs. So that's why I'm saying this is a bad example, because on this end here, I've got to have this 6-7 inch board and we're down to there. So I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to lose this whole slab right here today. This whole slab, second money slab here, I'm going to lose for sure. And I may lose this one. But I'm going to try to show you getting these 3 slabs right here these 3 slabs right here are money for me. And it may not be that way for you. And if it isn't, if you can't sell this live edge slab, 2-inch live edge slab, then don't do it this way. Figure out your own way. And then I'll cut the heart out of this one and I'll sell this as a 2-inch live edge slab that's 8 inches wide. So I have an 8-inch wide slab here and an 8-inch wide slab here. This will be a 22-inch slab here, and this will be a 22-inch live edge white oak slab with no limbs in it from end to end. That's where I can make some money. So, but today, like I said, I have to have this 6-inch board here. So I may not get this slab and I may not get this slab. So what I may do is knock this down just a tad bit, try to get 6 inches off the top, and then just totally eliminate this slab. So I hope you understand that normally out of every white oak log that I'm quarter sawing, I get these 3 slabs, and then I turn it 90 and I get whatever I can out of this, whatever width it is. Doesn't matter if it's 6 inches or 8 inches or 4 inches. I get whatever I can out of this slab and this one. Doesn't matter how wide they are. And I'll show you the loss that you go through by making these, by doing it this way. Some of these boards in here will not be this board right here will not be quarter sawn. It may be quarter sawn by the hardwood, National Hardwood Association may consider that quarter sawn, but for me that's not a quarter sawn log. And so this one will be, or quarter sawn board. This one will be, and this one again will not be, because the grain goes that way. So I'll get one here, skip one, I'll get one, and then I'll probably skip one over here, and then I'll show you as they come off, and I stand this up and I explain it better, hopefully. But one way or another, this video is coming out whether I have volume and my mic's not on, or my camera's not recording, or the log is rotten, which it is.